널 기다렸어.
We're back here at the SSL Season 2 of 2016. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We're about 1/5 of the way through the broadcast. 6 games of 30 have been completed. And
I'm like trying to talk to you guys about my mic. I'm like, yep. Whoa, that happened.
Dude, we're only 6 games in. Like, please gather yourself together. We got a long broadcast
I did
to go.
this last week. Okay, it's still affected me of what I had to do.
It's true. We're still what is it? We're jet lagged from the cast.
You
last
and I,
week,
by the way,
like that.
I have
some other caster excuse.
I've got the shiny forehead that I had last week, but it's like starting to it's starting to go into you a little bit too.
I got some shiny going
on. You got the
on.
shiny foreheads.
Got like a really bright light today, so that doesn't help too much.
Oh,
but it's all right. It's all right. We're sticking it through. Lots of games today. Some surprises, too. SOS down 0-2. Not what I expected at all. Also, Gumiho 1-2. Obviously, he's played some strong opponents, but he did go down to Trust. So, not really what I was expecting, to be honest.
Yeah, Classic is 2-0. Although I have him as 2-1 for some reason. I'm like, I was almost right. Like, I was almost perfect.
He got one away win, so maybe that's where you wanted
That's probably where I wanted to put it.
It's all right. We got it fixed.
Yeah, I fixed it. But this is one of those days it's going to be really casual. As I mentioned, I'm not even going to sit properly. I'm like going to sit with my leg up like this. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. You guys can like almost see my sock, but I won't show it to you.
You don't want to show any
private.
sock on camera. Yeah.
That's private, all right?
Please keep that to just me. Like, don't show anyone else.
I'm like, look, you see it?
Yeah, I can see your sock.
Oh, it's a nice
good,
one.
guys. It's good. It's a good color.
Yeah, so Valdez and I don't normally cast like this. This is the most chill type of broadcast we ever do, and it's just because it's a 30-game broadcast, up to or more than.
Kind of feels like the qualifiers of SSL that we did with Moonglid that one time, the TriCast. Also, the Kespa Cup I think we did as TriCast.
Yeah.
Or at least it was very laid back to start because it was like 9-hour days.
Yeah, it's just
we
like
had 6 best of 5s then, which is also potentially 30 games, but this time it's more of a possibility that we'll actually get to 30 games. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those days where we're just going to keep it chill, and please don't be mad if we make jokes and don't actually talk about every single aspect of every of the 30 games, 30 potentially plus games.
Yeah.
Also could be less, but we'll see. Last time it was because TY rocked the group, and that made things really easy. Classic already off to a good start at the 2-0.
He's going to be the rocker this time.
And you know, SOS is 0-2, so I have a feeling he's going to bounce back. But if he does, we could have some tiebreakers and things like that. Now, here we go. Gumiho is jumping into his next match versus SOS himself.
This is going to be an interesting one because SOS down 0-2, but Gumiho has not been doing as well against Protoss as expected. He's taken 2 losses so far against Protoss. So
yeah, his loss to Trust especially, pretty out of character. But $, still looking bored. Dropping 2 PvPs, losing to Classic, not as I'd say not as big of an upset as losing to Hurricane, but his game versus Classic was a bit sloppy and weird. He seemed a bit off his game, but maybe he can reset now and play this PvT. All Protoss players will have to play 1 PvT and 1 PvZ in both the morning and evening sessions, so he's going to have to play 2 of this matchup today, so he's probably got specific builds planned. Wants to get this out of the way, then go back to focusing on the PvP.
This is a nice break for him from the PvPs for sure, and it's a new map too. We are going into Frost here for game number 7, Gumiho versus SOS.
They got me in the sights. No surrender, no trigger, fingers go. Living the dangerous life.
Here we are on Frost. It's going to be the first time we're seeing this today. Up in the top left, the Terran player. The only one in the group. It is Gumiho.
Left in blue. It is SOS. 1 of 4 Protosses in the group. 0-2 currently. And that's pretty gnarly, pretty unexpected for the Money Protoss.
Even though we refer to him as a $, $SOS, you know, whatever. I don't think I've ever heard anyone call him the money Protoss.
No, I just made that up right now.
Yeah, but that is very fitting because that's basically what he is. He's got so many dollars, he doesn't know what to do with them.
Like, what's his surname? He's Eugene. He's Kim Eugene, right?
Yeah, Kim.
Like he's Kim Moneybags Eugene.
Except it's in Korean, so it's Moneybags.
it's like Don Bong Tu.
Oh man,
he keeps his money. Bad. He keeps his money in the plastic bag that you get from 7-Eleven.
Yeah. Some kind of drug dealer, except he's just a StarCraft player.
That'd be like the best way to do like a cash deal. You know, like in most media movies and stuff like that, the money's always in the briefcase. But if you just had a bunch of Omanons in a 7-Eleven bag, you gave it to somebody, they'd never suspect. Nobody ever knows what's in those black 7-Eleven bags. It could be anything.
Yeah, could be money.
Yeah.
It's either the briefcase or the envelope sometimes.
Let's take this a step farther. What if you had a big 2-liter water, but it was an empty bottle of water, and inside you stuffed all the Omanons?
It's actually a really good idea.
Because everyone would just think you just bought
some experience with this, Wolf.
Everyone would just think you were hungover and you bought a 2-liter of water from the 7-Eleven in the morning, but in reality, something went down.
In reality.
I mean, in the reality of my mind, nothing ever happened of this nature. But
sure.
This probe, not going to find his way home.
Yeah.
Sad day.
And he does scout the base, so he did get that information at least. SOS getting the lucky scout on the 4-player map. It's going to be robotics. Pretty quick here.
Yeah, and he's actually going to force his way up here with the Mothership Core. 2 Marines about to pop up as well as the Cyclone. The Cyclone will probably be the key at defending this. This Reaper actually going to come in here and keep the Stalker at bay for a little bit longer. Let's see how much he can actually get done with this. The probe will get targeted down. But already the first Marine is dead. And this is just going to be a dead base for a while. Looks like he's going to go for the reactor. The Cyclone's not out yet. He's going to get it.
He's going to get that reactor before the Marines pop out, too. Just barely. But both of them do pop out.
Cyclone should kill this. There's no recall available.
Yeah. Going to overcharge once more and create some more pressure. Adept still around, so he can continue to poke the CC, maybe even force it to lift. I'm not sure if he will. Honestly, it's just one Adept, and the overcharge is going to run out here in just a bit. There you go. Just doing a bit of damage, finding what damage he can, and it's just going to back off, save that Adept.
Killing the reactor means that Gumiho's going to have half as many Marines as he would normally like to have to pressure, and we've already seen today that he's been liking moving across the map with a small group of vanilla Marines. Yeah, and doing some pressure, especially at these positions, it's not a tough thing to do. But now he's kind of lost. He lost all his Marines anyways because the overcharge killed them. And the ones he's replacing them with are coming out at half speed. In fact, he's going to remake the reactor. So for a long time, he's going to have nothing. And he's going to have stim earlier than normal because he actually skipped the factory this time, made a second barrack as soon as he saw the pressure coming. He's going to have a faster stim, but no Marines to stim. I mean, not no Marines, but very few. And oh, God, that's going to be a dead Cyclone.
Oh, it was 2. And it gets away with 3 health.
Wow, that should have been a dead Cyclone. You and I are both spot on that. What happened there? Stalker only did like 7.
Talk to SOS after.
Stalker only did 7/10 of what he's normally capable of. Stalker was not at 10 out of 10. Okay. Look at this Marines over here. There's even an observer to spot and confirm. And look, I told you he's not going to have any Marines because he lost that reactor and he remade it.
It's actually a very smart pressure from SOS for just that reason,
Okay, here comes that Cyclone from before, and actually his positioning is really good, but he's still going to lose it.
Ooh, gets the Cyclone.
And you know what? Like, I almost feel like Gumiho would have been better off making a 3rd barracks and continuing to produce Marines out of that 1st barracks than remaking that reactor. The reactor, like, takes longer than the barracks, basically, to build.
Nicely done with the missile turret here. It looks like it's in position to deal with oracles, but with the Dark Shrine about to finish, will offer some detection at that natural at least.
SOS can add a 3rd base if that's his plan, but actually just looking at the production tab, which I hadn't seen for a while, with those 3 gateways. Okay, he's going to take a 3rd base. I was going to say he could pressure with the Immortal coming out into a third base. He's going to get the third base anyways. He's going to use DTs first with the Dark Shrine he made earlier. And if he gets enough damage done with this, he could just go for the kill with the gateways he's added. The Blink is coming up, and as well as the Immortals. He may even commit to more DTs. Look at this. In a missed scan, he doesn't even get the Observer, and that's one last scan he's going to have to deal with DTs. He's going 4 DTs, in fact. He may just go over here, target down the turret when the units go away, and grab that kill. Look at that. It goes right for the turret. Gonna have to really rush for it. Oh, no.
That's
gets body blocked.
Oh, boy. 3 DTs go down for free. Not a great start here for SOS. At least he's putting on some pressure while he takes a third base.
What happened to the 4th DT? Okay, got 2 kills and was killed by that turret.
So, not worth.
No.
That's for sure.
I mean, that was a really... I don't even want to call it risky. It was just a... I'm trying to think.
It was like a gambit that did not pay off. Not at all. And now we got a big ball of bio walking across the map.
Gimmicky, that's what I wanted to say. That was so gimmicky when you tried to do, like, oh, maybe he'll be out of position, I'll kill this turret. Then he couldn't get it. He tried to run away, which he shouldn't have done either. He should have tried to kill the turret regardless. Oh, barrier gets popped here. That's not good. That's going to be on cooldown for a long time.
Does have 2 Immortals. And he does have that 1 sentry for Guardian Shield against a lot of Marines. So, oh man, that gets focused down. And now with that, with all of these, just the 2 medevacs too, he should be able to win this fight. The probe's coming in though.
Probe's coming in, does kill a few of those. Another drop going to the natural meanwhile. And actually unloads prematurely here to try to snipe the mothership core. It's not going to happen. He's in a safe zone though between those pylons.
And he can just pick up here. Lots of overcharges used. Adept's coming in. He just picks up, micros away. DT will come in, and he's actually going to scan to kill it.
Yep, and this is starting to be too much damage. Another scan here, saved for this DT. This is how you have to drop versus DTs. You have to have scans at the ready, but if you do, you're going to force the Pros to basically waste that gas on those DT warp-ins. And he found a decent amount of damage here. He's not done yet. Actually going to force this third base to evacuate once again. We'll kill 2 more probes.
He's on the hunt. He wants more. Goes up to 10 in total. Finds a bit of damage. This is the Gumiho we're used to. I'm kind of worried about the fact that his third base is only getting started now. So even though he is getting some probe damage, some economic damage done, he's not really catching up back at home just yet.
Yeah, he just now got his combat, I mean not just now, but like about maybe 30, 40 seconds ago got his combat shield, so it was tougher to fight without that. Now that he has that, it's going to be a little bit easier to commit to these pushes, a little bit of aggression. We're going to salvage that bunker. Going aggressively out to try to catch this warp prism. I have to say, I think there's like a less than 0 chance he finds it. Really wanted it though. He's like
still
he
going after
his whole army, including his Marauders, for that. Today, everyone is playing a little bit off their game, I have to say, Valdez. I mean, I can't believe what I just saw.
It's Twisted Thursday, Wolf.
Still didn't get it. Sent 2 Liberators for it as well. That's what's just like, is this a magnet?
Well, he's got a lot of units out on the map, and so does the Protoss. Nice concave here for Gumiho, but I'm not sure that that's enough bio.
I think it might just barely be with all these medevacs healing, and also now these Liberators on top of this.
The army of SOS just gets caught out in the middle of the map.
To be totally honest with everybody watching, I have nothing good to say about this game for either player. I have nothing good to say.
And I've just been a little bit, well, actually a lot disappointed with SOS's play today. He doesn't look on his game. You know, this doesn't look like the SOS that reverse all kills KT, that's for sure. He shouldn't be having trouble in these games. Normally,
6 Adept Warp-In, going to be pretty frustrating to deal with back at home, but he gets both Widow Mines. That makes this a lot more terrifying. But Gumiho has the stronger army, and
takes out the third base. Now he's coming to the natural.
He just needs to rally a few more units together. Even going to use his SCVs here. Once these Adepts are gone, it's all he's going to have.
Yeah. SCVs can go down. Doesn't really matter. He's got 3 orbitals. He can keep mining, using those mules. It's going to take a lot to kill the Adepts, but that was SOS's last hope, essentially.
Yeah, he has no more money to warp in. Not going to commit to this, I'd say. You could blink, actually. Okay, there he is. He's going to come for it. That's so many Marines, though, and so many medevacs, and it looks like he will win the fight. But was it a good trade? Because he doesn't have a third base. Gumiho has cheap units to replace the units he just lost. He didn't lose any of his expensive medevacs.
Exactly. And he's even got Widow Mines here. He keeps his third base alive. Third Nexus is going to be start now. But Gumiho, he's got some nice production. He keeps everything alive, as we were saying. And he's going to have a nice follow-up attack coming here in just a bit.
One Adept is like, I will never die. 1-1 upgrades. Okay, this is an opportunity. But look at all the Marines he's making, 8 at a time with those mules that you were talking about earlier. He can stem every unit, and there's so many medevacs here that everyone's going to be healed up to full just incredibly quickly. Look at that. It's already done. Third base being remade, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I think there's just going to come a point where SOS is going to try to pressure. It's not really going to work out. Oh, man, he's going to walk into Widow Mines, too.
Oh, ouch.
Eat some more damage.
Okay, the second one was at least dodged. He doesn't have a Templar Archives, so what he has now on the ground is eventually just going to be out-efficiencyed.
Look at this.
I made that word up, but like the unit efficiency of this many medevacs and bio versus a pure ground gateway army is obviously going to be better for the Terran every time.
Look at this. SOS has spotted the army. Can he fight it, though? I don't think he's going to commit to this shade.
Just too much underneath those medevacs. He's going to try to avoid the army, but blinks in prematurely, eats 2 more Widow Mine shots. So 2 Widow Mines for 2 Stalkers. That's pretty cost efficient. And
what is the second golden rule of StarCraft? You don't really want to base trade here against a Terran either, because they can float buildings. But this is SOS's last chance. He's going to have to go for it.
The thing is, it's like we can say don't ever do this, but he's so desperate that there isn't really anything he can do. And I guess maybe if he forces all these CCs to lift and he has DT tech, you know, I mean, we saw Strange versus Pult. We saw situations like this just recently at Tours. I mean, this is the kind of thing that can and will occur in this matchup.
Darkshine goes down. He has 2 DTs on the map. So
and 13 probes left. Most of those in the main were just killed. Okay, he needs to kill these turrets. Forcing lifts on the CCs would be ideal, as these probes are forced away. 11 left, and he has enough for a Nexus. There's that lift on the orbital. He has 3 orbitals. And if any of them lift and he kills the DTs, it's impossible for SOS to win. SOS is about to be revealed with all Nexi gone. Obviously, he can make 1 more, as I mentioned before. There's 1 SCV on the map, which is important too, although he's going to have to kill a lot more depots before that becomes an issue. With 60 at 133 currently.
Well, probe's coming down here to the bottom right. Couldn't make that Nexus and begin mining soon. He's totally supply blocked, so it's not like he should save those minerals.
1 DT gets slowed.
Oh, he just barely gets it before it gets out of range.
Look at this wall he's set up. He's trapping the Protoss army in here.
Oh, that's so smart.
There's no escape. Maybe some Stalkers with their second blink can get out, but that army of Adepts is stuck. Now, you can force field here, so...
It looks like he got the second DT, let me confirm.
Yeah, I can see it on the unit tab. It's gone. Force field is cool and all, but you could just lift up an elevator. This should be a win for Gumiho. No way for SOS to come back.
And SOS takes his 3rd loss, and Gumiho evens out at 2-2 in this group. Pretty surprising results so far, specifically for SOS, 0-3.
Yeah, pretty disappointing, actually. Look at his picture right now where he shoots himself in the head. What a pose for how this group's been going, man.
Yeah, that's kind of rough. I'm sure he's regretting making that pose now, but
I really
hard to
feel
come back from 0-3.
I feel like he did shoot himself in the head with that move out in the middle of the map, though. He knew the Terran army was out there because he saw it chase down his warp prism. He just moved out there. He just went out there. No